if you're concerned about the future, if you're feeling really anxious about whether it's climate change, some political issue, you're worried about who's in power in a certain country, maybe your own country, if you're concerned about biodiversity, if you're concerned about really anything that's going on in the world affairs, conflicts, there's so much going on. I can't even really come up with there's just too much to say, isn't there? Like, don't let people make you feel like you're overly anxious, too anxious, or you're like a bit of a weirdo for being too anxious about this stuff. Most people are either ignorant or overly optimistic because it's like a coping mechanism. Okay? A lot of people surprisingly don't read a lot of articles or read a lot of stuff online because it isn't, well, after all, it is a negative feeling, but it does give you negative feelings, is what I mean, but it also is our reality. Like, this is going on in the world. Like, the environment, whether you believe in climate change or not, I'm not going to have that debate. The biodiversity is a massive problem. Political issues are a massive problem. It doesn't matter if you're left wing or right wing. Both sides agree that the world is not in a good spot. So it doesn't matter what your beliefs are necessarily. We can all agree that the future doesn't look bright. One idea that I just came up with is artificial intelligence and artificial general intelligence. Now, there are so many great uncertainties with this technology. Everyone has a right, any person has a right to be extremely anxious about this stuff, especially if you know that your job is at risk from artificial intelligence. And let me tell you, you might not even think that your job is at risk from artificial intelligence, but wait until you find out about artificial general intelligence, which doesn't need a human to control it, and it can really do almost any job. It's not going to do every job, at least not in the next 30 years, I don't think, but it's going to do, I reckon, between 70 and even maybe 90% of the jobs that exist today. So anyway, you have a right to be anxious if you're anxious, right? You have a right. You can alleviate some of that anxiety by protecting yourself and your family by buying gold or silver. Now, yes, I'm about to say you can use a link in the description, but it's not about making money for me. It is really about protecting as many people as I can. Because the truth is, I'm not going to make millions from making videos like this. I mean, look where I'm sitting. I'm hardly the best looking salesperson. I'm not charismatic. I'm not really that entertaining. I'm not really that enthusiastic. Right? I know this video looks terrible, so I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it for the people that are actually listening, the people that have a lot of self-awareness, the people that have anxiety and really understand the problems of the world today and want to at least have a brighter future by possessing the knowledge in order to have a bright future. And I believe you need to buy gold or silver in order to do that, in order to protect your family or yourself if you don't have much family. But especially if you've got loved ones, you need to protect them. You don't necessarily have to tell them about this stuff because it makes them anxious and they don't need that burden. But if you buy gold or silver, gold and silver have been stores of values for thousands of years. They have retained their value in almost every crisis ever. Financial crisis, wars, depressions, you name it. Gold has retained its value or even come out on top, and people have made profits, massive profits, astronomical profits, or at least retain their value through crises. So my recommendation is, whether it's digitally or physically, buy gold. Buy gold, because when currencies, there is a very good chance that because of artificial intelligence, climate change, political affairs, whatever it is, our currencies will be devalued and the purchasing power of the average person will be significantly impacted to the point where you may struggle. I don't want to sound too pessimistic, but you may struggle to do everyday things you're doing now, right? And rather than worry about that every day, buy gold or buy silver in order to alleviate some of that anxiety. That's my advice. Take it or leave it. You can buy gold from wherever you want, but if you want to help me and my family at the same time as helping your own, please use one of the links in the description in order to buy gold or silver. You don't have to, because I don't want you to think that I'm just some cheesy salesman. You can buy gold or silver wherever you want to, but if you want to use a recommended website and also help me out, you're not at a disadvantage for using my links. Okay, you're not charged more. You're not, your data isn't collected, nothing like that. It just gives me like 10% of whatever you spend, right? But that doesn't mean it charges you 10% more or anything like that, okay? Protect yourself, protect your family, do what's right, look after yourself. Thank you for watching.